Under 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers, and he only took 1 sack the entire game. So, Skip, you know, you tweeted last night that you would still take Baker over Josh Allen due to contagious charisma and winning intangibles. So could you please go deeper?
And number one on that list that you left out was accuracy.
Ooh.
He's a little more accurate than Josh Allen will be in this league. Josh Allen has blown me away. He was extraordinary on Saturday at your old stomping grounds in Denver. He just dismantled your Broncos, or what's left of them. He is much better than I thought he would be.
You know why he did that, right? John passed him. Took Bradley Chubb.
Maybe. Okay, good point. Back to Baker Mayfield. Very quietly, which is not Baker Mayfield's way, he has turned back into that quarterback that I loved after his sensational career at the University of Oklahoma. He is finally, over the last 7 and now 8 games, actually, 8 total games, he's finally living up to what I thought he was when they took him #1 overall in Cleveland. Would you believe that over the last 7 games, and this is no coincidence, since Odell got hurt, I'm going to knock on wood that Odell's okay because I don't wish that upon anybody. Without Odell, it clarified, it crystallized for Baker where he wasn't so Odell conscious anymore, and he started to spread the wealth. He started to get others involved in the offense, and all of a sudden he took off and it took off. And now they're 10-4, obviously, in Cleveland, which it's been forever since they had that kind of a record at this stage of the season. So over the previous 7 games going into yesterday, Pro Football Focus graded Baker as the 4th best quarterback in the whole league. That's behind Mahomes, Rodgers, and it was Deshaun. But yesterday, Baker Mayfield, last night, had the best QBR of the weekend, 98.3. He picked the Giants to pieces. You can say, well, it's just the Giants. But at one point, you started to think that the Giants' defense was coming together, right?
But I think what you call him's out. Bradbury, one of their best corners.
He was out last night. But Baker was extraordinary.
He was dealing.
He was dealing with velocity and confidence that I haven't seen him be able to deal with in Cleveland because there's been no continuity. There's been no stability. And he finally has a real coach. He finally has somebody he listens to and trusts, because it went from Hugh Jackson to Freddie K. We know about it was just one thing out. It was chaos at the top at Cleveland. And all of a sudden, with a Kevin Stefanski, who's a guy who's even keel, who knows how to call a game and how to prepare for a game, strategize for a game, Baker's been put back into a comfort zone in which he can operate. You have to move him. He is more athletic than he looks. He likes to throw on the run. And when you get him out of the pocket occasionally, all of a sudden it starts to help what he can do in the pocket. And from 98 QBR, that's going to launch him up one more peg, I'm pretty sure, past Deshaun. So I'm going to say over the 8-game sample size, which is a pretty good chunk of the season, that's half the season, half the games played, he will be graded as the 3rd best quarterback in the league. Well, that means he's back on track.
But let me ask you a question, though, Skip. Graded the 3rd best as opposed to playing the 3rd best. Do you believe he's playing better? Not graded better. Is he playing better than Josh Allen?
Yeah. Look what he's done over those 8 games. 15 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. Wow. That's hard to match.
Skip, when you look at Josh Allen, it's hard for me to believe that if they were to redraft him, we know exactly what we know now, he's going first. He's probably going to go first overall.
Do you remember there were 3 or 4 games early this year when people were all over him because he hasn't been accurate?
Skip, he has 4,000 yards passing, almost 400 yards on the ground. Here's the games they've lost. At Tennessee, to Mahomes, D-Hop, Hail Mary. And you see he's getting better. Okay, his completion percentage went up in year 2 to 6%. It's gone up 10% in his 3rd year. So what they've done a great job of drafting around him. When they went and got him a true #1 in Stephon Diggs.
They did.
Skip, he's a different animal now. So now you got those tight ends that can catch the ball. And Skip, old Measly Beasley, old Measly Beasley, he rapping. He up there in Buffalo doing his thing. Y'all didn't want him.
You didn't want me.
Oh yeah, he still got it. He still got yeah.
Who knew?
You didn't want old Measley.
No. Nope. Well, he was too expensive.
No. He went to. For $5 million, look what he get. He's about to have a 1,000-yard season.
We're good. We've got 3 pretty good ones right now.
Old Measley.
I think we have 3 better than Measley Beasley.
Skip.
Thank you.
Give Baker credit. He played unbelievable last night. Jarvis made some unbelievable catches for him. He had Njoku wide open in the front of the end zone and went to the tougher throw to Landry, who the guy was draped on him. But Skip, Josh Allen, to me, has shown he's the better quarterback. He can do everything Baker can do. He has better legs. He has a bigger arm. He's throwing the ball with the same completion percentage. He has more touchdowns, more rushing. So I don't see the scenario in which, if you look at it by any metric, where you can say Baker Mayfield is outplaying Josh Allen.
I don't know. I'll take his last 8 games over Josh Allen. I will.
I mean, Baker has some bad losses on his resume. I mean, you look at blown out first game by the Ravens, blown out by the Steelers.
Okay, these are all pre-Odell injury.
Skip, let me look here. I'm trying to figure out Baker Odell. What has happened? What it clarified is that Baker's the man. You see, there's something going on here. As long as we're going to be bigger than Odell. He's never going to be, I don't care, he's the quarterback. It's one of the few occasions, Skip,
maybe,
that the receiver is bigger than the quarterback.
Although, who had the more national TV commercials?
But he has the more national TV commercials. But which guy has the signature shoe with Nike? Which guy is best boys with Drake? Which guy is the models and everybody, old guys tweeting? LeBron and this one and that with the name guys.
I buy that.
So now what we see now is that it's Baker's show. Jarvis is an unbelievable receiver, but he's not Odell as far as, like you say, gravity, aura.
Mystique. I agree.
So now it's clarified. Baker's the guy.
And I also believe that Baker was in awe of Odell on and off the field and wanted to run with him, socialize with him.
I don't know, Skip. I just say I think Baker, look, Baker was the guy in Oklahoma. Heisman Trophy winner, and rightfully so. He comes the #1 overall draft pick, and he's the toast of the town in Cleveland. And then Odell comes. And now we ain't talking about the toast of the town. We talk about Odell. They got Odell. They got Odell out of there. Odell. Baker like, hold on, wait a minute. I wasn't the Heisman. I'm the one to pick. What y'all talking about Odell? He coming to me.
He loved him. There was no animosity there. I never sensed an ounce of it.
I just think the thing is, Skip, when you did look, quarterbacks have, and I've said this before, and having played 14 years and been around, quarterbacks have the largest of the egos of any of the players. They just do the best job of hiding it. Wide receivers can't hide it. Cornerbacks can't hide it, Skip. Their personality is going to be on full display. But quarterbacks have been coached. Aaron Rodgers is starting to let his seep out a little bit. Aaron said, I don't care. Aaron sit back there, have a little drink up there, say, hey, they stole a couple of them MVPs for me. I'm playing unbelievable, yada, yada, yada. But I just think the thing is, and I think it's going to be best if Odell moves on. It hadn't worked out. I think it's fair. It doesn't matter whose fault it was. It never meshed with Odell in Cleveland, and it's okay, Skip. It didn't work. Cleveland tried. They tried to get Baker some talent, and it didn't work. But I'm taking Josh Allen over Baker.
Well, let me summarize this for you. I believe this has come down, for most people, maybe even you, subliminally to a popularity contest. Josh Allen is new. He's refreshing. He's pure. He's untainted. He's a good guy up there in Buffalo, New York. And yet, I remind you, he's had the same head coach the whole way, same coordinator the whole way. Meanwhile, what has Baker done? Against my advice, for sure, my 2 cents from a distance, he amps up the progressive commercials. Now they are every other commercial, and it seems like I see a new one every other week. And it has made him not likable. It has turned a lot of people against